Data versioning and conflict resolution, keep your distributed systems in sync. Ever wondered how companies like Google, Meta, and Amazon handle massive amounts of data without colliding changes or overwriting critical updates? The answer lies in data versioning and conflict resolution. In today's video, I'll show you 1. Why data versioning is the secret weapon for distributed databases. 2. How conflict resolution ensures your data stays accurate. And 3. Real-world strategies to tackle versioning like a pro. Don't blink, you won't want to miss these insights that could redefine how you handle data in your projects. Data versioning is about tracking the history of your data changes over time. Instead of just overriding or merging blindly, you keep versions of the data, like snapshots, so you can roll back to previous states or identify when specific changes occurred. This approach makes auditing and debugging a breeze, especially in distributed systems, where multiple nodes or microservices update data simultaneously. Next up, conflict resolution. Picture this. 2 engineers update the same record at the same time. Who wins and why? If you don't plan for conflicts, you'll end up with corrupted data and frustrated users. With conflict resolution, you define rules or algorithms to decide which changes to keep or how to merge them. Think of it like a referee in sports. Someone has to call the shots, or chaos ensues. Here are some common conflict resolution strategies. First, we have last writer wins, or LWW. The most recent update overwrites previous changes. It's simple but can cause data loss if not used carefully. Next, merging records. This involves combining changes from different versions, often used in collaborative editing tools. Then, there are version vectors or Lamport timestamps. These track causality to determine if one update supersedes another. And finally, custom rules. This is domain-specific logic that decides how to merge or reject conflicting updates. So, where do data versioning and conflict resolution shine the brightest? Multi-region databases like Amazon DynamoDB or Cassandra rely on eventual consistency. Then we have collaboration tools. Think of apps like Google Docs, which handle simultaneous edits from multiple users. And let's not forget caching and offline-first apps. These sync data back to the server after being offline, ensuring no progress is lost. Every time you see changes saved offline, that's data versioning and conflict resolution working behind the scenes. Of course, versioning and conflict resolution aren't without their challenges. First, there's overhead. Storing multiple versions can inflate storage costs. Then, complexity. More logic is required to handle merges and conflicts. And performance. Checking version histories may slow down critical paths. Now, for some best practices. First, design with versioning in mind, don't bolt it on later. Use consistent timestamping or version vectors for clarity. Implement automated conflict resolution for predictable outcomes. And finally, monitor performance and storage metrics to adjust strategies as needed. Here's my pro advice. If you're dealing with a high-traffic, globally distributed system, consider eventual consistency with well-defined conflict resolution rules. For critical data, like financial transactions, opt for strong consistency and thorough version tracking. Keep an audit trail for all changes so you always know who changed what and when. Data versioning and conflict resolution aren't just fancy terms, they're your system's safety net in a storm of updates. To recap, 1. Data versioning tracks your data's history for easy rollback and conflict detection. 2. Conflict resolution strategies ensure multiple updates don't wreak havoc on your database. 3. Real-world use cases span from collaborative apps to offline-first systems. In our next video, we'll tackle multi-region failover, how to keep your system online during regional outages. Don't miss it. If you're ready to level up your system design skills, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and join me for the next deep dive. Because in the world of distributed data, it's not just about storing information, it's about managing change like a pro. Subscribe to HustlerCoder, data versioning and conflict resolution. New videos every week.